we're up chasing some fall colors. Yesterday afternoon I scouted this area all the way from here all the way down there looking for some sunrise shots. The sun is going to come up over this ridge line up here and will backlight the trees down here, so it should be kind of neat. I had a shot that I was thinking about doing down further, but some of the aspens have more brown on their leaves than color. So this morning as I was walking past, I thought these actually look really nice. So between, let's see, this little stand right here and the one directly above me, so between these two, I think I'm going to work some compositions between the two of those. Yeah, I do really like this stand right here because of that log that's cutting through on the ground. Just love that cool blue color, so I'm hoping as it's backlit we'll still keep some of that cool blue in the foreground before the sun hits it directly. So that's kind of the plan. You guys like my Peruvian gloves? Nice and warm. So I think while we wait for the sun to break over the ridge, which may be an hour, maybe an hour and a half, it might be a little early this morning, so but while we wait, I'm going to go ahead and get a lens and a composition sort of figured out, so that way I know exactly what I want, focal length, aperture, all that sort of stuff. And then that way I can also move quicker from one subject to the next subject. So I'm going back and forth between being over here a little bit or being over there a little bit. When I come over to this side, I can isolate the tree a little bit more. It makes it stand out. But then that beautiful log gets cut off in that composition. And I'm not sure if I want to cut that off, because I feel like that's going to make your eye kind of go off and not come back. So when I'm over here, the trees blend a little bit more with the trees behind them. So, or I can shoot at a wider aperture and hopefully that will create the separation that I want. So, or if I get really lucky, when the light falls, maybe the light will fall and hit the front trees first, since the other tree's a little closer to the hillside. That would actually be pretty epic. I don't think that's gonna happen, but I don't know. Might get lucky, right? Yeah. Okay, so here's number 2. I have some pros and cons on this one as well. Things that right now kind of bother me. There's some dead branches that are coming in from the top right hand corner, but other than that, there's a little green that's encroaching on the side here. So I think the next step is I'm going to go to the far left over here and look at it back across that way. Okay, so here is number 3 for compositions. I'm not sure. There's deer around here too. So yesterday I was walking through a grove of aspen and pine trees looking for some photos, and this deer just kind of slowly walked in, and I waited for probably 20 minutes, 30 minutes, just waiting for the deer to kind of walk right into a patch of sunlight, and it just never did. I'm not hating it. I still feel like the fallen tree has just goes too far to the left, but I think if I'm wide enough here that it might work. Hard to see right now because it's blown out, but there's this reflected light that's coming off of the mountains over here, and it's just highlighting the side of the trunk, so it's real subtle, really subtle light, and it works really nice for this tighter composition of just the trunks, the fallen tree, and then up just a little ways on the. So I'm really happy I spent the time getting here early, looking around and trying out some different compositions and allowing the light to sort of evolve and happen. Okay, so I'm back over here. I shot a bunch of talking to the camera and forgot to turn the microphone on. So I'll do a recap of some of the stuff I talked about in just a little while. But right now, we're back over here to shoot this tighter shot of the tree with the log. The log is now starting to get a little bit of rim light along the top of it, and it's starting to fall over just a little bit, which is starting to give it some really neat details. So to recap, the first position I started from looked really nice, watching the light come down through. But I noticed a couple other things at the same time. So I was a little hesitant. I wanted to move, but then I didn't quite want to because I really wanted that composition. So I stayed there, took a bunch of different shots till I got to the point where I thought, okay, this is good. Then I bumped over to another location, actually took a shot of these trees right here, completely backlit, looked really cool. And most of the time I was shooting at f11. I changed it up a couple times and opened it up down to f8 or so, but most of it was all f11, ISO 100. After the second spot, I moved to a third spot, took a couple shots from there, and then I moved in close and took a couple, or retook a few of the shots that I took this morning that had that really nice reflected light on it. Real quick, shot most everything around f11, f8, a couple at f16 and a few down at like 5.6. Shutter speed varied but was still relatively slow, but that was all good because there was no wind, unlike right now. There's a nice little breeze, which is great. I mean, the light is still really beautiful. I mean, this log just looks gorgeous with some of the light that's hitting it. Just wanted to wrap this one up. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed watching this, let me know. Leave me a comment, hit the like button, subscribe, do all those sort of things. If you'd like to see me out photographing in a certain area, let me know too. I always like going and exploring new places. So again, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it, and until next time, be kind.